Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, and welcome to Knowledge Talks, a weekly entertainment program aired live specifically to share with you topics that contribute knowledge to the society. News, interviews with guests, tips, question and answers, and yes, knowledge topics will be shared with you throughout the program, of course, if time permits during the hour. And yes, every week this will alternate. Some week we have news, some interviews, some tips, question and answer session, but objectively, knowledge will be shared. This program, ladies and gentlemen, is a weekly session that I will have with you every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. I'm your host Tariq Barwani, along with our studio engineer DJ Safia, for an hour bringing you free knowledge at your doorsteps on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Stay tuned after this music break for the knowledge topic sessions today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to Knowledge Talks, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host Tariq Barwani, along with our studio engineer DJ Ayub, with you here live today on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Drinking water is an important process in our lives, and as a verse in Quran in Arabic goes as the following: وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. Indeed, water makes and puts everything into life. Question, however, is, should it be called hot, or how often should I have it? Our guest today, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Faris Al-Hajri. He is an author, researcher, and discoverer of hot water therapy. He is not only a great independent natural holistic health and wellness professional, he is also a very good friend of mine too. I've been drinking hot water myself lately. Many people asking me about the benefits. Yes, this will be shared today as well. So you know the importance of drinking hot water too. Now, we did have a generic discussion on the importance of hot water in my previous shows, but today we will look into other aspects that were not shared previously, in addition into looking at the psychological side of life. And what more, today I'm going to give you an opportunity to call in on air on 24602058. I'm going to repeat the number again. That's 24602058, and you will get the chance to speak and ask your question directly to Dr. Faris. Dr. Faris, being a person that believes and lives experience, will share with us today live here on Oman Radio FM 90.4. Dr. Faris, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Mr. Tariq. Thank you very much for bringing me in this interview, and I hope that we'll be doing our best to make the audience to be happy, to listen, to discover the hidden secrets of hot water therapy.
Very pleased to have you on air with us today, Dr. Faris. In fact, Dr. Faris, you know what I've found always when I go around at the Muscat Grand Mall and I see you, mashallah, you're working on your research and you're working on your papers and you're working on this great thing that you're doing. And I say, I get an opportunity to come and sit and talk to you about the different aspects of life. And most importantly, about hot water. In fact, I started drinking it, by the way.
That's great.
Yeah, and that is because of your influence.
Thank you very much,
Dr. Faris. And bisaraha, I see some changes in me. But I would like to learn more, not myself, but I would like also the audience today to learn more about the hot water, the importance, the benefits, and how it can impact a person positively.
Thank you.
To start with, Dr. Faris, could you please share with us about your journey with hot water? When did you start? How was your journey? Your accomplishments? Where do you aim to go tomorrow?
Thank you, Mr. Tariq. Thank you, the audience, to listen, to pay your attention. Actually, it's a long history to talk, a very long story, but let me talk in a short here. hot water therapy, actually, there's a story about this from my childhood. When I was there, I mean, my mother was diagnosed with various complications of health complications, and so we were divided into groups because they didn't wanted to give a burden to my mother. So I had that kind of a childhood feeling of looking for uncertain. So my mother, who underwent 10 surgery, may her soul rest in peace, in Africa. So she underwent 7 surgeries in Africa and 3 in UK. So she passed away with the cancer of the womb. So that kind of raising up, looking for uncertain. When I grown up, when I finished my study in engineering, actually studied engineering, quantity surveying, I worked with the Minister of Housing for 23 years. Later on, I became workaholic, working for 20 to 23 hours non-stop.
MashaAllah. Before you continue, let's just go one step back. So you did engineering?
I did quantity surveying, actually.
MashaAllah,
I'm a graduate only diploma, but I worked for 23 years since 1987 when I was graduated from Oman Technical College at that time.
MashaAllah. In Ministry of Housing?
Yeah, I worked with the Minister of Housing since 1987 until 2010. So I had to completely, take an early retirement to focus on scientific research until I was able to receive my doctorate degree in philosophy in alternative medicine.
MashaAllah,
and
MashaAllah.
I focus with the IBAM, India Board of Alternative Medicine, because I was connected with Dr. Masaru Emoto, the Japanese scientist who discovered water has memory. And water can react with our memory, with what we say, with our words. So when I found in his biography that he did his PhD there, so I enrolled with the IBAM, and then I had to follow the guidelines until I received my PhD.
MashaAllah.
So it is a long way that I went through since I discovered the hot water therapy in 2007. Now we're talking about 7 years already. But what I can say, the achievement is that it's growing globally.
MashaAllah.
There's a lot of events that I have gone through. It's now becoming a global issue. I had a lot of privilege, including getting copyright in Oman and also from US, the Library of Congress.
MashaAllah.
So yeah.
Can I ask you this question? When you did your doctorate into the water hot water therapy, did you do it as a part-time or full-time? Yeah,
I did it full-time because I enrolled to IBAM. That's why I had to completely isolate myself from the work with the Minister of Housing, so I had to resign.
Oh,
so
wow.
Because it was difficult for me to combine 2 works at a time, working with the office work and then doing my research. So,
and how long did it take you to complete the PhD?
It took me 6 years, actually, working for that until I enrolled with IBAM. So then I followed the guidelines, and then in 2013, last year, I had the privilege to receive my doctorate degree.
MashaAllah. I'm very, very pleased with it, and I'm sure everyone is pleased with it,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Faris. Now, so it means you started into the journey of hot water therapy while you were working for the Ministry of...
Exactly. I started because there's a history how it happened. Because I was looking for answers, and I became, when I started to become workaholic, so of course this is normal to happen, that you become, and the health side you start to be affected. And most especially the environmental circumstance. I was working with the quantity surveying, printing of 10,000 about copies every day, the ammonia. So that affected my lungs. So I was diagnosed with the rhinitis. It went for many years, and they couldn't find the reason. So one of the days I read an article and found that ammonia could cause cancer of the lungs, starting with the rhinitis. So I had to stop that, but it was too late when it went chronic, and then it infected the lungs. So I was diagnosed with asthma advanced by ROP, Royal Oman Police Hospital. I have a full record there, and of course, by taking the promethazine and all this, it was just to calm my nerves, but I mean to try to feel comfortable at the beginning. But when I became chronic with the medicine, of course, side effects of the medicine were more than the benefits. So I was diagnosed with various complications, migraine, and also lumbago because of long hour sitting. So I lost completely all hopes from the allopathy, means the modern medicine, and I didn't want to go with the herbal medicine. I just tried to use some kind of herbal, but it didn't work. So from there I had started to intensify my effort to find the cure, final cure.
Okay.
And everything changed in one day. When I told my wife, it just revealed the unconscious, what is the long-awaited dream. And it came in a kind of a dream. I didn't know what was the dream, you know. And then I told Gloria, my wife, I said that I felt a rays of subconscious, unconscious, a long-awaited dream, but I didn't know what is that. And then when a couple of months by that time, I started to act weird, abnormal with the environment in the office, the way I act, my hormone started to change, the way I, you know, talking. And then one day I was coming from my office. So I reached my home, and then I told the housemaid, Lailin, I said, please leave the kitchen, I will clean the dishes. And I was looking abnormal, actually. I removed my dishwasher, I just throw it in my sofa there. I didn't go to my bedroom because it's up. It's something I've been looking. I feel like somebody is talking to me. It's a feeling only. And then when I went to the kitchen, and then I started to wash the dishes with cold water.
Okay.
You know, what I did, because there's leftover food deposit, like fat deposit, all this. So I pour cold water. By that time, I never drink cold water, including my family, for about 4 years. And we used to drink only warm water because there was a research about cold water solidify the fat deposit and so on, can cause a lot of complications, and also can cause the cancer of the lungs. So we never drink cold water at that time, but the warm water was not enough to protect myself from the environmental circumstances. And what happened actually, I started even to drink 1.5 liters of water every single day in the morning before brushing my teeth, because there was some research proven that if you drink 1.5 liters of water every day standing in the morning, then you can cure any disease. But
Mashallah.
that was not enough. So when I was in the kitchen, I washing the dishes, so I pour cold water on the food left over, the fat deposit, the food deposit, so it solidify. Of course, everybody knows that. So the fat will solidify with the cold. So I said, let me do the opposite. So I boil water, I pour on another plate, and of course, what happened? The plate was completely shining without using any soap. So I started to scream and scream and scream. From that day, I felt that it's something I've been looking for. And from that day, I started to drink hot water. Immediately, I did not hesitate. I believed. And within just 6 months, I was completely asymptomatic. When I went to police hospital with Dr. Batacharji, I requested to make a full checkup. Yes, 63 checkup. I have it's there. The record is with me, and I posted the certificates from the ROP medical committee that I was found completely asymptomatic. No asthma, no lumbago, no rhinitis, no migraine.
And this all because of hot water.
Because of hot water, they certify with the medical committee of Royal Oman Police Hospital, and from there the dream started. So the mission, the long road started.
So that's, I understand how you started your accomplishment. Where do you aim to go tomorrow? What's your plans tomorrow? Now you've got, mashallah, you also your doctorate, mashallah, Dr. Faris. You've done great things, no doubt, mashallah. Today, when people talk in Oman about hot water, I say, speak to the genius himself, Dr. Faris, mashallah. So what's your aim tomorrow?
Thank you. Thank you for calling me genius, but I don't consider myself genius. But I appreciate that's considered for me, it's an award. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, yes, we need to work with plants. Since I discovered this hot water therapy, I've been going through plants, and I knew that if I don't do plants, short-term plants and long-term plants, then it will just be like a person thrown in a desert with a compass, and he doesn't know where to go.
Very true.
So I had some shorter plan which I already achieved. And now, if you ask me about the question about tomorrow, yes, tomorrow I've been I wanted to prove to the world through lab test certification. So far, for 7 years, I've built a credibility worldwide. So far, in YouTube alone, it reached about 700,000 people who have viewed the show. And we try to conduct seminars, participation of international conferences. So tomorrow what we're planning is, I've been planning to widen this information, to go global. And of course, there are some plans I've been working to think about. I know it's going to be quite a long road to go, but I found that to set up a holistic health and wellness resort and spa,
in Oman,
that will include, I don't know yet, because it's about fund, you need fund and also, to set up the feasibility study, and then to think about academy. But these are long-term goals. But so far, what I've been doing, focusing to conduct seminars, lectures, conferences, and try to spread the advocacy to the best I could, and make use of the social media.
And this, you're doing it in Oman and outside Oman, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
How are you making use of social media?
Oh yeah, I make use by what I do actually. I communicate with the world by trying to answer questions, doing direct coaching, answering questions to people to the best I could, and posting information in different social media like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. So from there, the information keep on spreading. The people who are sharing the information, when they believe they're touched, and when people they come with testimony, and sometimes I post a testimony, so it increase the awareness, it increase the credibility of these.
MashaAllah. Dr. Faris, you have, mashallah, a very big vision. I can see it.
Thank you.
Since many times that I've met you, and the things that I've learned from you, mashallah. Let's go a little bit step back now into water, as our topic for today. To me, water, and maybe to everyone else who's listening today, I believe hot or cold makes a difference.
Yes.
But what is the difference between cold or
Thank
hot
you
water?
very much. This is a very crucial question. Everybody is asking about that. What does it make a difference? Some people, they say when you drink cold, the body has its own mechanism to raise the temperature.
Yeah.
It's totally different. See, let me first talk about the temperature of the water. When it's cold, so we have to define in different temperature: cold, warm, hot, boil. So what I end up saying, cold and boil is a poison, toxic, because nobody can drink boiled water, and everybody knows that cold water, in a short way, short explanation, is that it solidify the fat deposit in our body, and that of course it will slow down the digestive system, and it will cause a lot of complications down the road. A lot of scientific research have been done on that. Warm water, it is neutral. It's not enough to melt the fat deposit, kill harmful bacteria, or neutralize the toxins in our body. So hot water is the missing factor. And there is a reason, because without hot water, I repeat here, it's very important, without hot water, no human being would ever exist in this world. That means it is the source of creation and growth of every human being. In a short way, because the audience may be also having question mark, still confusing. That means the fetal development, when a baby takes place in the womb of his mother or her mother, the water that encounter the baby, that is called amniotic fluid or amni, that is hot water, simply because it's composed of 99% water, and the temperature is 37.5 degrees Celsius, which is 1 degree higher than the normal mother's temperature. This is the reason where you see pregnant mothers, expectant mothers, they feel hot, because the body temperature need to remain hot to preserve that liquid to remain hot. So hot water. So that's why I say hot water is the source of creation and growth of every human being. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can call us on 24602058 if you have any questions pertaining to our subject today, and Dr. Faris here will be very pleased to answer your question. Our topic today is about hot water, the importance of hot water. 24602058. Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, and welcome back to Knowledge Talks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host Tariq Barwani, along with DJ Ayub, and we also have today the holistic health and wellness professional Dr. Faris Al-Hajri, and we are talking on hot water. The number to call in is 24602058, and yes, today you have a chance to speak with the guru himself, Dr. Faris, to ask your questions on the importance of hot water. And we have a first caller. Hello?
Hello, yeah, good evening.
Very good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you very much for your nice program. I've been following it from the beginning.
You're very welcome. May I know who's speaking?
Yes, Hamoud Hilal Al-Rawahi, please.
Hamoud Al-Rawahi.
Yes.
How are you doing, Hamoud?
I'm doing good.
How is the weather outside?
So far, so beautiful.
Mashallah, mashallah.
Yes.
So, Hamoud, you heard our topic of today. It's about the hot water and the importance of hot water. And,
yes, I've been following it, yeah.
Okay, and Dr. Faris is here with us on air today. Very much looking forward for the questions.
Fantastic. Can I just ask a question,
Please go ahead.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Farsi, thank you very much for this program.
You're welcome, Mr. Hamoud.
Thank you. How hot the water should be before someone can drink it?
Very
My
good.
first question.
Okay. Right.
Shall I go on for the second question?
Yes.
The second question is, what's the frequency? How many times a day?
Yes.
And what is it before the food or after the food?
Okay.
Please.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Hamoud. I really appreciate this. These are very crucial questions, and I believe that's good that you ask these questions because the audience will benefit. Okay, how hot the water is 50 degrees Celsius.
What we're going to do is we're going to take the question. Ustad Hamoud, do you have another question?
No, that's it.
Great. I'm going to just take a few more questions as well and write them down, and then Dr. Faris will respond to each of the questions.
That will be perfect.
Barakallahu fiqh. Thanks a lot.
أحسنت مشكور بارك الله فيك.
24602058. If anyone has any questions, you've got an opportunity to ask Dr. Faris here. Of course, Mr. Hamoud has asked a very interesting question, which those questions, in fact, Dr. Faris, is the one that I have and I was intending to ask you today. We got a caller on air. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Alaikum salam.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, could you please turn off the radio if you have it turned on, because we will not be in sync.
Yes, please.
Excellent. So what's your good name?
Hello. Can I speak to Dr. Faris?
Yes, sure.
Yes, what's your name?
I could not hear you, boss.
No.
Only my question is, can we mix honey or lemon
Very good
in
question.
the hot water before taking it in the empty stomach in the morning? Just I wanted to know this.
Thank you very much, sir. We will definitely have your question.
Sorry, what is
Thanks
name?
a lot.
What's your good name, please?
Thank you, bye.
So,
Yeah, okay.
24602058. Hello?
Yeah, Anand here.
Anand, how are you doing today?
Very fine, Tariq. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Anand, what's your question today?
Yeah, the question is, see, most of the drinking water in this part of the world is desalinated water. So as a layman, how does a common man know about the chemicals present in the desalinated water and what positive or negative impacts it can have on a human body?
Yes.
Excellent. Ms. Anand, do you have another question?
Another question is that with regards to a lot of Asian countries have got rivers, but here with the lack of rivers, what kind of an educational program can a common man have with regards to the precautions to be taken while drinking, let us say, warm water or maybe a hot water?
Okay.
These are the two questions I felt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anand. We will be answering your questions today.
Thank you.
24602058. Okay, we've missed the caller as well. I'm going to give just a few... Oh, we've got another caller on air. To Dr. Faris, we've got a lot of people. We've got a lot of questions. If we're going to try our best to answer a question, we've got half an hour, but if not, we're going to get you again on the next shows, inshallah.
Sure.
Hello? Hello? Guess I missed it. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Could you please turn off the radio?
Hi. This is Alban.
Hi. Oh, turn off the radio because otherwise I can't hear you. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. What's your name?
And Dr. Farid.
Yes.
Thank you.
What's your good name? Hello.
My name is Alban.
Alban. Okay, Alban. So what's your question today, Alban?
My question is, drinking cold water or drinking hot water?
Yes.
Okay. Your question is drinking cold or hot water, right?
Which one is better?
Okay. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna take... okay. Thank you very much, Alban.
Thank you.
Okay.
For the health section.
Okay. Hello? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, when you call, please ensure you don't have your radio turned on, because if you have it turned on, it will clash with us, so we will not be able to take your questions, and it won't be clear. 24602058. Hello? Hello? Guess I've lost it. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for the program. My name is Salim Al-Mahrouk, and I've got one question to the doctor.
Yes.
My question is that how do we use hot water as a therapy to reduce weight?
Okay.
Very good question, Salim Mahrouk. In fact, that question was with me too, because I want to reduce my weight. So that's a good question.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, we're going to take the last caller because we want to give an opportunity. Dr. Faris has a lot of questions, so we want to take the opportunity to answer the question. 2460-2058, last call I'm going to take. Hello? Hello? Okay, I guess that's it for the questions, and I'm going to give Dr. Faris the okay. Well, Ayub is very, very nice and accepted to take a call, so that's fine. Hello? Okay. The radio need to be switched off if you talk. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Okay. The radio needs to be switched off if you talk. Hello?
Hi, how are you? Okay. Okay, Dr. Faris, we have interesting questions today. We have very, very interesting questions today, mashallah, and sure. It would be very nice if you could go through them.
For sure, I will answer all the questions here, and even though we could not cover the psychological impact of hot water to change the human biologic and genetic structure, that we hope that we could cover next time. But okay, let me answer the questions. Mr. Hamid Rawahi, when he asked about how hot water, it should be 50 degrees Celsius. That means that enough, of course, for children is about 40 degrees that we calculated. But that means how, of course, nobody will take the thermometer to check the temperature. Is that the temperature is about that you can tolerate. You don't burn yourself. You just fill up your mouth. You take a different gulp. Every gulp you fill your mouth, that the temperature you can tolerate to drink without burning yourself. That is the temperature. So it's a 50 degrees Celsius.
50 degrees Celsius of
exactly.
That's how we.
Yes. For children it's 40 degrees Celsius. That's what we calculated.
And for adult is 50.
Adult is 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. For how many times? That's a very good question. Let me go faster about that. We need to drink about 3 liters, of course, depending on the environmental circumstances. But we take approximate about 3 liters.
3 liters a day?
Yes, it should go up to 4 liters. But we say minimum is 3 liters, 2.5 to 3 liters. So if taking half liter at the time is much better. So let's try. If you try to reach about 6 to 7 glasses every day, that's fantastic. But of course, there's a program for many reasons. But we cannot cover the topic here. Why we need to go with the program for many reasons. But let me talk about how many times. Okay, in the morning when you wake up, this is very important. When you wake up, before you brush your teeth, the standing position 1. Then later on, between breakfast and lunch, you try to reach about 2 glasses minimum.
Hot water.
Hot water, of course. I'm talking about hot water. Then before lunch, 15 minutes to half an hour. That's a very, very important. So of course, there is a long explanation why I talk about very important that.
Before lunch or after lunch, you said?
Before lunch, 15 minutes to 30 minutes. That's very important. And then in the evening, at least 1 to 2 glasses. So you already have about 5 to 6 glasses. In the night, of course, before dinner, if you can have 1, that's very good. Before your meal, 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And then before sleeping, at least 1 hour before sleep, you need to take another, at least even half a glass. Yes, so this is the method for drinking hot water. Of course, hot water comes with various therapeutic methods of drinking hot water. But we cannot cover everything. But here we focus about the methods of drinking hot water. Of course, there are other methods for other reasons, like other diseases like psoriasis and others. But we cannot cover everything here. Now, the third question is about before food or after food. Of course, it should be, that's what we say, 15 minutes to half an hour before food. During food, do not take. After food, at least 1 hour. But if you take a heavy meal, but if you take a normal meal, a slight meal should be, it can be even after half an hour or 45 minutes. Okay. Can we mix honey with hot water? No, no, and no. The moment you add anything on water, any substance is no longer water. It's no longer H2O. It changes its credibility. Wow. It either here, very important, becomes herbal or toxic. Herbal, because if you put honey, you put lemon, you put anything, that is, you enjoy your herbal drink. You enjoy your black tea, you enjoy your lemon tea. I mean, that could be, it's completely herbal. You cannot substitute completely drinking water, pure drinking water, with black tea or with lemon tea or whatever it is, or so juice is complete. Herbal is totally different, and it can be toxic. When you can imagine the miracle of water, H2O. The moment you add any substance on water, it's no longer water. That means adding one extra molecule of oxygen on water, it becomes what? Hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
That is used in the hospital for cleaning the wounds and also for mostly in the emergency, and also can be used in the kitchen to disinfect the kitchen and the toilets. So there's a warning, it's not safe for drinking. Imagine one extra molecule of oxygen, it makes it toxic, hydrogen peroxide. So water, hot water therapy, I mean here, without adding any additive.
Okay.
Let's take the next question here. The chemical present in desalination and water. Yes, we know that the water today, everybody talk about this, not safe for drinking, so on. Yes, what I say here, the best water that you can afford to drink about 3 liters. Most especially when you're in a whole family, about 4 or 5 members in the family, and then it may be adding another budget. Here, the water, when it is not safe for drinking, that's the best water you have. Remember, most of the pathogens, it's been proven scientifically, at 70 degrees Celsius, it's enough to kill pathogens and kill the harmful bacteria. So it becomes safer for drinking. So all the chemical contents, even with the mineral water, with the tap water, the water that you can afford to drink, but if you have a doubt, just let it to boil and then wait for a while and then drink. Yeah. But because of these days become quite difficult, you can even reach 70 degrees, 60 degrees, and then drink it slowly. Okay. That is what I mean. What I found, that the water, the temperature, because scientifically, once it reaches 70 degrees, most of the pathogens and the bacteria, harmful bacteria, are destroyed. Okay. Let's take the next question about the Asian countries. That's very important. Yes, I had the challenge to bring this news here in Oman. Oman is a hot country. We have the summer, it's about 50 degrees, 45 degrees Celsius. Let me tell you, this is a very amazing. In summer, I strongly recommend people to abide drinking hot water. So whatever the atmospheric condition, the weather condition, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, you need to drink hot water. Of course, I cannot cover everything here. It has many reasons, but one short reason here is that when the weather is hot, when you drink hot liquid and you drink hot water, you start to perspire, and the perspiration is a way of cooling down your body to cope with the environmental condition. It's the other way around. When you drink cold, that's a wrong mentality. That will cause the blood pressure to raise suddenly. The heart will pump the blood very, very quickly, but there's more explanation on that, and then that will cause hypertension and other complications. So it should be, whatever the weather condition, you need to abide with the drinking hot water if you really want to achieve the benefits. Taking the question of Mr. Albert, drinking cold water or hot water, which one is better? Of course, we already covered here when we say the cold water solidifies the fat deposits. So it should be hot water. Mr. Salon Mahrouki, I like his question. How to use hot water to reduce weight? That's very good.
I want to know that too.
Very important. Very important. My dear, we know that we need to burn calories. When we do exercise, means we're cutting down the weight, means we increase our metabolism. You see, hot water is the nucleus of everything in the human biology. If you talk about food system, energy, everything, you find hot water is there. Means that the presence of hot water, that is subsidized with the 4 ml, 4 factors. Means water to hydrolyze the body, hydrogen, oxygen, and energy. And of course, if I have to talk about here, it's a long explanation, but I have to make it short here. But here, when we talk about the calorie, because it's a problem about calories, that we need to burn about 1,300 to 1,500 calories per day. So if we have more intake of calories per day, more than what we burn, that's a problem. So we end up adding weight, most especially the food we have today, fatty food and with a lot of preservative. But here, it's very simple. Just remember, what is a calorie? A calorie, you see, everything is connected with the hot water. A calorie is defined. Try to understand here, please, the audience. It's very important. A calorie is the energy our body needs while raising the temperature of 1 gram water from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. So it's already hot water. That means when you do exercise, the water, the liquid that you have in your body, because our body is a 3/4 water, 75% water. Of course, there's a long explanation about the blood, the presence of plasma. Plasma is 92% water, and so there's a long explanation about the metabolism and all these things. But I have to make a shortcut here. Anyway, so when you drink hot water, already you're burning calories very fast, because it's related with the quantity of water with every temperature raise. So you are helping your body to speed up the metabolism effect and to receive the energy through thermogenesis, or inducing the energy to your body, like when we talk about the law of thermodynamics. That means the transferring of energy from hot to cold, not the other way around. So when you take hot water, you are inducing energy to your body, which the temperature is about 50 degrees. So your body is 37 degrees or 36.5 degrees. So that's a difference in temperature. That's enough to bring the energy to your body. So in this case, you burn calories naturally without any difficulty. So of course, definitely you can lose weight. Of course, there is more explanation on that, but I have to go just on a glimpse only.
The question that I want to ask is, I mean, can I just have a hot water and I don't need to go to the gym? Would that be fine to register?
I posted last 2 days in the Facebook. It went worldwide. There were some controversies. People were confused. Yes, I said now the world is changing. Because today, you see, the modern life, people are becoming lazy to do exercise. Myself, I have no time to do exercise. I live near the beach, just 700 meters. But I have no time because I'm a researcher. I spend most of my time reading. Well, anyway, yes, if you do your exercise, it's becoming something of enjoying. Yes, it's for your fun. But it's no longer means you do exercise because you want to cut down weight. Why? Because when you do exercise, you burn calories, but remember, you become dehydrated. You have to compensate. So health experts, they keep on advising to drink plenty of water while doing exercise. Okay. You see, again, we talk here about burning calories. When you do exercise, you want to burn calories. So if you already have your hot water, you burn calories. Enjoy your body exercise, regular body exercise. At least about we talk about like a 20 minutes walk every day. Make it for fun, but it's no longer that you need to remain fit, because there are more than 29 benefits with the hot water therapy.
Okay.
29 benefits. You know, it's a lot. We talk about libido. We talk about hydrogen pool. That's a very interesting, but we cannot cover it here. We talk about the oxygen in the body, and of course, 29 benefits. I hope we can cover next time.
Okay, we're gonna take calls right now. 24602058. If you have any questions pertaining to our subject today, importance of hot water. Dr. Faris is with us here today on air, and it's your opportunity to ask him directly. 24602058. Okay, so Dr. Faris, that's very, very interesting to know about the importance of hot water, and also when you shared about it's important to have hot and it's not a cold water,
yes,
and how it impacts on the human body. As I understand from you, modern food has been posing health hazards. How can hot water therapy help that?
Thank you very much. Yes, everybody's now becoming worried, and the stress is increasing because of the food intake we take. But today, GMO and all these scientists have been doing the best to prevent famine, because the world population has grown up 10 times in 300 years. So we are 7.4 billion population from 700 million 300 years back. So the problem is we have a problem for providing food for the world population grow. Now when we talk about the food preservative to prevent famine, but these food preservative, they pose health hazard in our body, in ourselves. Now, it's a very important question you ask me. Everybody knows that we need to take proper food intake, proper, correct food that is rich in proteins and so on. My dear, all the audience here is going to change. The world is now changing, but means that the food we take, you will end up cutting down about 80% automatically by itself. Naturally, your body will start to cope and start to cut down the food intake by 80%. 85% to 90%. So you just enjoy your food. Like I can tell you, within a couple of months, the beneficiary will start even to skip something called lunch, breakfast, dinner. Just take food when you're hungry and when you crave for it. Anyway, what I'm talking here, it's a very important question. When we eat food, every food has a protein, fat, and carbohydrate. Okay, the proteins break down through the enzyme to provide what? The amino acids, good for the muscles and so on. Okay, and build our muscles and so on, our body fit. And we have the fat break down by enzyme through metabolism system to provide what we call the fatty acids. Okay, and then you have the carbohydrates that turns to the glucose. That's a sugar for our body. I mean, glucose for our body, for in our blood. All these happening through enzyme to produce what you call energy for the body. But you have the problem of the waste. Now, if you with hot water therapy, already your body supply with energy through the thermogenesis. Of course, there's a long explanation of that with about the hydrating the body, about the energy, about the hydrogen. Of course, I didn't explain about hydrogen. Of course, many audience will be confused. How is hydrogen and so on? There's a long explanation about that and scientifically how I prove that. Okay, and also energy and oxygen. So with that, of course, your body get the energy it needs instead of getting from the food. Cut down the food, so you get from the hot water, and you substitute the most of the food by 80 to 90%. So in this case, you get energy without any waste. Because the problem is that the food we take, we do not dispense, we do not remove all the waste. The body doesn't get rid of all the waste. These waste, they pose health hazards because they are made up of methane, the hydrogen sulfate, and the CO2, carbon dioxide. With the hot water, there is not any such a health hazard. So you have zero toxic, and you benefit to get the fuel for the body, which is, I mean, the energy that the body needs.
Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Faris, mashallah, we only have a few minutes left with the program, but mashallah, you have a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you,
that
Mr.
I
Tariq.
appreciate, and I'm sure everyone in Oman appreciates the kind of knowledge you have and the knowledge sharing that you always do. Inshallah, we'll look at hosting you in 2 sessions to come and speak about the importance of hot water and many other topics. In fact, I'm going to invite you in the coming sessions because, as you see, we've got a very, very few minutes to come and talk about the psychology as well.
Yes.
Part of it, which I think is very, very important. So
Exactly.
we'll definitely bring you there. Now, before we end our program for today, what is your final word to the audience? Is there anything you would like to share to the audience?
Oh,
Dr. Faris?
yes. Let me share. I have actually dedication to His Majesty the Sultan, and also for the audience. So I just made a theory because from my second book, The Values of Well-Being and the Secrets for Better Living. This is a theory dedicated to His Majesty. It's in the book. Every leader, a sultan, a president, a minister, a politician, a science expert, and religious leaders are ambitious to achieve accomplishments on their own field. Both people in the local and international level have different objectives that they want to achieve. A greatest accomplishment that is recorded in the history is those which maintain peace and unity of the people around the world. Among them, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said, peace be upon him, who managed to accomplish numerous recognition and awards on the field of peace, unity, and advocacy to human rights. This is my special dedication to His Majesty for many reasons. Dedication to the audience, I make it short. I made a special theory for the audience, but I'll just say,
I think before you go for the dedication for the audience, Dr. Faris, we're just going to take a quick break for the adhan, and then we will revert back so you can share the dedication for the audience as well. Thank you. Welcome back to Knowledge Talks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tariq Barwani, along with DJ Ayub, and we have Dr. Faris with us here today, speaking on hot water and the importance it has on your life as well. Now, before we end our program for today, Dr. Faris has something to share for the audience. Dr. Faris, fadal.
Thank you very much. Actually, it's one of my theories is dedicated to the audience. Comes as follow. Every creature, whatever may be, is strongly spiritually attached with the other creatures surrounding him, whether from the same nature or else. Such spiritual attachment gets stronger the moment the mutual contact is widening between them. The most attachment is between human being and the surrounding society, where he gets strongly attached satisfactorily. There is an irrevocable, powerful force that has been guiding people to get interconnected to each other from all parts of the society. So our world is getting small, and as a small village that combine all the people of the society. So I can say to the audience, I love people because I'm one of the people, and let's bind together to learn. I learn from people a lot more than what I give. Thank you,
Dr. Faris. We love you too. Thank you very much for joining us here today on Oman FM 90.4 to share about the importance of drinking hot water. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you the very best and success in all you do, my friend. In fact, I look forward to see the center. Please invite me when you have it the first time you launch it, inshallah, fi Oman.
Barakallah fi Mr. Tariq. Thank you very much, and I really I thank you a lot, and I'm thanking the Oman Radio FM and all the technical staff and all the management, and for the agrees, for the trust they gave me to be in this show today. Thank you very much, Mr.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program for this week. I hope you all had an intriguing time with us. If you have an interesting topic, feedback, or comment that you wish to share about this program, please write me an email available on my website, www.tariq.net. That's TARIQ.net. I'll be pleased to hear from you. Let us catch up again next week on Tuesday, same time from 5:30 p.m. on Knowledge Talks. I'm Tariq Al-Barwani, along with our studio engineer, DJ Ayub, wishing you all a happy and a pleasant week. Ma'as salama.